Do you think you were too young to make your first feature film?
That's a great question. Should every 22-year-old make a feature film? Probably not, because you're definitely going to be learning a lot along the way and you're going to be inexperienced. But I'm really damn glad that I did, because for me, it kind of like set in motion the idea that I could do feature films and like filmmaking as a career here in North Carolina, or elsewhere eventually, Louisiana, or anywhere else I find myself in the future. And it kind of opened the door to that, where I think before then there was a lot of hesitation and there was some uncertainty on, could this be possible, right? Is this even a thing that people do? And I don't know that there's like a magical age where you make a film any better than a different age or whatever, but I do think that it's just experience plus time. So I like to think that, when I made my second feature last year, it didn't feel as stressful to me. Like, certainly there was still stress, but it felt probably like the most fun I've had in filmmaking, where I think when you're making your first one, regardless of, what age you were, and I was certainly very young when I did, but I think that it was the understanding that, hey, the pressure's off a little bit. It's not the first one. You've already set the tone. And a lot of times too, I think like with a first feature, you get really hung up on it as a creative and as a filmmaker, because you say, okay, well, this is going to set the tone for everything I ever make. And, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but there's a lot of famous filmmakers that I bet 99% of folks out there could not name their first film, because, their first film a lot of times is, kind of a scrappy project. And then the real first film is the one that got the studio financing. So, I'd say a lot of times I wouldn't discourage young folks from doing it. I would just make sure that, you're doing it for the right reasons, which is hopefully to tell a story and to not get too lost in the industry, and really focus on the here and now of your film.
Or in some ways you could look at it, it's good to get it out of your system. Like,
yeah.
For some people going to Europe, if they have that opportunity, they might not be able to do that later on in life.
Yeah.
And why not do something huge like that now?
Yeah. Oh, certainly. Because I know when I made Son of Clowns, I was 22, and I was thinking very much the same thing. I was thinking, I've only made shorts and music videos up to this point, and, student films. And I was really fresh out of film school, and I was watching the Mark Duplass talk actually at South by Southwest in 2015. And he was saying, the cavalry isn't coming. He was saying you need to just do it, and you need to find out if you even like this. Like, that's the part that like stuck with me really like succinctly is, yeah, I think I like filmmaking, but maybe you should make a feature to find out for sure. And that luckily stuck, and obviously, we're here, and so it worked out. But I think a lot of times it's okay if filmmaking isn't for everyone. Like, and I think there's a lot of people who think, the kind of glamorized version they've dreamt up in their head for years and years is what filmmaking is. But then when they get down and get their hands dirty, then they're like, oh, this is actually entirely different. Let me see if this is what I actually want to do. And to that I say no harm, no foul. Everyone should be able to try it out. So yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think extra work is so great.
Yeah.
Because I think it whether it's, a smaller set or whether you actually get to sign up at central casting and you see so much of what you like and what you don't like. And maybe some people don't like the hurry up and wait and be on set for a 13-hour day or whatever, but they might like another component of it. Maybe they want to be at home editing or whatever. Yeah. So
not everyone needs to be on set, like you said,
Yeah, I remember one time doing extra work, and there was a guy that was a director, and he said, this is part of my film school. I need to know what this is like. And I remember he was great because I think it was Shaggy Dog, the movie Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen. And it was action time for us, and he just started running around the set. And I'm like, wow, this guy's just making his own rules. Yeah. And they loved it. So I was like, okay, cool. This guy is meant to be a director, I guess. But anyway, that's a side note.
No, that's how he gets that like featured extra role. Yeah.
Right, exactly. He gets a SAG voucher.